My wife, a passionate mountaineering backpacker, went missing during a night climb with a male hiking buddy she met online. I posted a plea for help online, offering a substantial reward, but the internet exploded with speculation, with some referencing a grassland agreement and calling me Fei Yang Yang, a cuckolded cartoon character. Some even suspected that I had orchestrated the whole thing as a deliberate act of revenge against the adulterous pair. Some even suspected that I had orchestrated the whole thing as a deliberate act of revenge against the adulterous pair. I posted a clarification. Please refrain from malicious speculation. Thank you all for your concern. She loves me very much. Honey, our phones are almost out of battery and we're lost. Please help me think of something. I was away at a seminar for a new project when I received my wife's WeChat message. A location was attached below the message. My hands trembled as I opened a map. The location was deep within a remote part of Fengming Mountain. Looking at the time the message was sent, it was already half an hour ago. I immediately called my wife, but her phone was off. My mind went blank. Fengming Mountain is an undeveloped wild mountain, over 1,000 meters above sea level, with dense forests and surrounded by mountains. It's easy to get lost, and there might even be wild animals. All of this I knew because my wife, Lu Hui, who loves mountain climbing, had told me. She had arranged a night climb with a hiking buddy early this morning and had sent me a message to let me know she was safe when she entered the mountain. How could this happen in just a few hours? I couldn't bear to think about the consequences. After a brief moment of calming myself, I collected my thoughts. Right now, I was the only one who could save them. My wife needed me to rescue her. I searched through our previous chat history and found the information of the hiking buddy who was with my wife. Zhang De, male 28 years old, a fitness instructor at a local gym, met my wife in a hiking group online. My wife had always been very open with me, telling me every detail about who she went hiking with. Everyone has their hobbies, and as long as she was happy, I would of course support her unconditionally. On the high-speed train back to the city, I first called the police. Then I contacted the Forestry Bureau, and the staff helped me retrieve screenshots from the surveillance cameras of their entry into the mountain at 3:05 this morning. I quickly compiled the surveillance screenshots, along with front-facing photos of my wife and Zhang De, the time and location of their disappearance, and posted them on various websites, hoping to find experienced search and rescue teams to help. Time was of the essence. Without food and water, they would lose their strength. After dark, the temperature in the mountains would drop drastically, and there were wild animals. I shuddered, my scalp tingling. I added a reward, 10,000 yuan for successfully finding them. Messages flooded the website's backend, and to my surprise, instead of providing useful leads, netizens started questioning me. Husband is out of town. Wife goes missing after climbing a mountain with a strange man. That's a lot of information to unpack. What a brilliant move to escape blame and get rid of them. Truly ingenious. What's going on? Am I witnessing fresh material for a legal drama? And with a touch of infidelity. The further down I scrolled, the more outrageous it got. Netizens were even suspecting me of being the murderer. I was about to reply when my mother-in-law called. She had seen my post online. Ziyuan, what happened? Xiaowei is missing. Her voice trembled with urgency. Mom, I tried my best to stabilize my emotions. She's not missing, they're just lost. They should be safe, don't worry. The search and rescue team will find them soon after they get up the mountain. They? Who is Xiaowei with? I saw in your post, it's a man. Yes. Thinking of this, a tinge of sourness welled up in my heart. Ziyuan, don't overthink it. Xiaowei is just playful. She wouldn't do anything out of line. I'll definitely scold her when she gets back. Mom, I have to go. Another call is coming in. It was a media reporter. After a brief interview, they compiled the news of my wife's disappearance and spread the information on various media platforms, seeking help. The comments under the post became even more heated. Is this guy stupid? He's been cuckolded, and he's still trying to save that cheating couple. A 10,000 yuan reward. That's an expensive green hat. All men, keep an eye on your wives. Is the real purpose really mountain climbing? Fei Yang Yang, Xian Yang is out of strength. Please help him push. Besides suspecting me of planning my wife's murder, most people were mocking me for being cuckolded. My heart pounded in my chest. I didn't know what I was feeling. I just wanted to find my wife as soon as possible. I pinned a reply in the comment section. Without knowing the full picture, please refrain from judgment. I implore everyone not to maliciously slander my wife, and I hope you can provide contact information for experienced search and rescue teams. My phone rang incessantly. Friends comforted me and subtly advised me not to invest too much in unworthy people. My mother-in-law anxiously inquired about the progress. There are also various media outlets, nosy onlookers. Zhang Da's parents also called, saying they were waiting for me at the foot of Foaming Mountain. On social media, a news outlet released a video saying that Zhang Da's parents had a planned route map of their hike, which might be helpful for the rescue plan. When I arrived at the foot of Foaming Mountain, a rescue team had already gone up the mountain to start the search. The media, initially surrounding Zhang Da's parents, swarmed towards me upon seeing me. Mr. Ding Ziyuan, were you aware of Lu Hui and Zhang Da's plan to enter the mountain beforehand? What is your view on the netizen speculation about the relationship between Lu Hui and Zhang Da? Was Ms. Lu Hui's disappearance planned by you? Was it an act of revenge because you discovered infidelity in the marriage? They were all young reporters from new media outlets, buzzing around like flies attracted a stench, creating hype to attract traffic. I angrily broke away from the crowd and walked into the restricted area. The rescue team had set up a temporary command center, and Zhang Da's parents were also there. It's all your fault. Can't you control your own wife? She's always flirting with other men and going up the mountain. If anything happens to my son, I'll never forgive you. Zhang Da's parents lunged at me, heartbroken and unleashing a torrent of accusations. I want to see their planned route map. It was a photo with a timestamp taken 3 days ago. This route didn't seem to match what Lu Hui had told me, going up the mountain at dawn and coming down before dusk. A thought even more sinister than the netizen speculations surged in my heart. It wasn't me who shed the skin like a cicada, but her and them. Going off-grid was just a smokescreen. Their real plan was to run away and start a new life. But then I dismissed that thought. In the 21st century, it's impossible to just disappear and assume a new identity. I strode out of the police cordon, ready to face the barrage of microphones and cameras from the reporters. Regarding my wife's disappearance on Foaming Mountain, I hope the public can show some restraint. My wife, Lu Hui, and I love each other deeply. We've known each other for 5 years, and I know her true nature. I also implore anyone in society, hikers familiar with Foaming Mountain or experienced search and rescue personnel, to lend a hand. I would be eternally grateful. As I spoke, tears welled up in my eyes, and I bowed deeply to the cameras. The online storm intensified, with some calling me a pure love warrior, others accusing me of deliberately setting a trap to catch them in the act, some suggesting I was taking revenge on the cheating couple, and even some claiming it was all a publicity stunt. The topic quickly gained traction, with photos of me looking haggard during interviews used as illustrations, and a rescue post I'd put online containing Lu Hui's and Zhang Da's personal information being widely shared. The heat was on, and I was satisfied. The sun was beginning to set, and the temperature on the mountain was dropping. A second, more professional search and rescue team arrived. I ignored all obstacles, put on rescue gear, and went up the mountain with them. The mountain forest at night was like a ghostly hell, with eerie shadows of trees swaying, occasional calls of birds and beasts, and scattered branches on the ground like the soul-snatching tentacles of demons from the underworld. There wasn't even a path, nor any good scenery. I didn't understand what those hiking backpackers were so obsessed with. The overnight search yielded nothing. My body and face were scratched in multiple places by branches and dark circles. A grayish stubble and swollen eyes highlighted my exhaustion. As the sun rose, I wondered how they had spent the night. After meeting with the first rescue team at the foot of the mountain, I took a nap in the tent with my clothes on. The online buzz continued to grow, and many people were trying to ride the wave, like Zhang Da's ex-girlfriend, or rather, one of the women he'd cheated on. She posted that Zhang Da was a womanizer who would disappear without taking responsibility, and that everything he was going through now was his own fault. That had nothing to do with me, but it added to the mystery of the unfolding events. Netizens were almost convinced that I had deliberately retaliated against my wife and her lover, and they attacked me verbally. Isn't it obvious? The suspect is posing as the victim to divert suspicion. I suggest investigating Ding Ziyuan. How could an experienced backpacker not carry a spare power source and navigation equipment? He seems like a devoted husband rescuing his missing wife. But he's actually playing a much bigger game. They seem to have forgotten that just hours earlier, they were defending me and scolding my wife for going hiking alone with a strange man. Some people's speculations even gave me a cold sweat. A young, handsome, and flirtatious fitness instructor. Why isn't anyone suspecting this is a setup within a setup? It's possible that Deng Ziyuan bribed Zhang to quietly get rid of his cheating wife. Perfect. This comment immediately gained widespread support. I took a short nap in the tent, but the noise outside woke me up. Lu Hui and Zhang had been found. Without even putting on a coat, ignoring my throbbing headache, I stumbled out. Lu Hui and Zhang were lying on stretchers, being carried down the mountain by rescuers. Medical personnel surrounded them, examining and treating them. Through the crowd, I saw Lu Hui look up at me, her eyes seemingly filled with tears in a way that was hard to interpret. Then she was carried into an ambulance. Zhang was carried into another ambulance. He must have known who I was. Our eyes met, conveying the kind of hostility and challenge that only men can understand. He was wearing Lu Hui. She was wearing his jacket. They must have experienced a lot of unforgettable things during this day and night. My mother-in-law arrived at the hospital almost at the same time as us. Besides expressing her gratitude and apologies to me, she kept saying she would scold her daughter severely and tell her not to do dangerous things anymore. Now, the more dangerous thing seemed to be the online yuan, with some saying my plan had failed, others saying it was just a simple case of getting lost, and still others saying that Lu Hui and Zhang would never forget this night. Videos from the rescue scene were leaked, and people analyzed them frame by frame, noting that the buttons on Lu Hui's innermost shirt were fastened incorrectly. Under what circumstances would you button your shirt wrong? It must be when you're in a hurry. Don't you know that skin-to-skin contact is warmer than a quilt? Come on, couldn't she have buttoned it wrong when she got dressed before setting off? I'm still more concerned about what caused the lack of preparation that led to them getting lost. I bet the woman will release a statement next, describing how they survived on the mountain for a day and a night, and clarifying that she didn't have an improper relationship with her hiking companion. In the end, the honest man takes all the blame. My wife lay in the hospital bed, receiving in 4-drip. She didn't dare to look me in the eye and cautiously thanked me for saving her. I tucked her in and said nothing. She must have seen the various comments online. This is a high-level open conspiracy. The whole country knows about it. There's no way to counter this move. You're amazing, man. Sis, you should get a thorough checkup, or you might experience nausea and vomiting. I predict that the next step will be a divorce announcement, followed by live streams of them tearing each other apart and making a fortune. Lu Hui was tormented by the online rumors, almost to the point of breakdown. She couldn't eat or sleep. She grabbed my hand, looking at me pitifully. Honey, it's really not like what they're saying. Believe me, please believe me, okay? Even my mother-in-law spoke up for her. Ziyuan, you should know Lu Hui. She's not that kind of girl. She'll never go hiking again. Once this blows over, we'll go back to living our lives. I smiled at them and said, Don't worry, Mom. There's nothing between Xiaowei and me that can't be resolved. It's just the netizens making a fuss. I'll post a clarification tonight. No one can hurt Xiaowei. Lu Hui and my mother-in-law looked at me with gratitude in their eyes. Please don't speculate maliciously. Thank you all for your concern. She loves me very much. After I posted the clarification, the internet exploded. Is the honest man really taking all the blame? What special powers does this woman have? This was an accident story. I thought we were going to get some shocking gossip, but this is it. Actually, this guy has something. One word, brilliant. The enthusiasm of the onlookers continued to soar. Isn't this exactly what I wanted to see? I gently embraced Lu Hui, stroking her hair softly. Wife, how could your husband not believe you? Let me help you get ready, and tonight we'll go live together to clarify things and give those gossip mongers a harsh slap in the face with our actions. Okay? Lu Hui's eyes first showed shock, then turned to emotion, a crystal-clear tear overflowing from her eyes. She reached out and wrapped her arms around my neck, her voice choked with sobs. Husband, I really didn't choose the wrong person. You're so good. I reached out and patted her back. Get up, take a shower, and put on some makeup. Face the most unforgettable moment of your life in your most beautiful state. Lu Hui and I sat side by side in the live broadcast room, our fingers intertwined, easing her nervousness. 100,000 people suddenly poured in to watch. Sister-in-law, tell us about the details on the mountain. Was it a thrilling and unforgettable experience? Brother Ziyuan, what made you so magnanimous? What was the reason? Why would you do something so irrational? There were also many taunts and insults directed at Lu Hui, and she trembled when she saw them. I softly comforted her. Your husband is here. I ignored the meddlesome comments and simply recounted the youthful years of Lu Hui and me, from meeting and falling in love in college to getting married, and how we supported each other when we first entered society. Lu Hui also recalled the past, gradually melting and becoming moved. But the netizens didn't seem to buy it. I get it, bro. You have a special fetish, the greener the better, huh? Sister-in-law, what kind of love potion did you give him? Looking for a hiking group. Want to meet my sister-in-law. Everyone must be wondering why I'm so good to Lu Hui. It's because she's a special woman, always surprising and amazing me. Lu Hui tried to break free from my hand, but I gripped it tightly. Husband, I want a drink of water. Her voice trembled, her palms sweating. The leading lady can't leave this good show. I synced the pre-prepared audio and video to the live broadcast page. Over 300,000 people were now in the live stream. Lu Hui's face grew increasingly ugly. A few sweet words can coax him to do anything for me. Money, car, house, and betrothal gifts, I just have to ask. Mom, don't worry, I have Ding Ziyuan wrapped around my finger. He just transferred 10,000 yuan to me yesterday for spending money. I call the shots at home now. Shally, do you know any reliable doctors? I'm pregnant. I just don't know whose it is, so I can't take any risks. I told Ding Ziyuan that we were going on a trip for a week, and when we get back, I'll say it was my period. That should work. It has to be reliable. Stop it. Last time you made my waist and legs ache and left marks on my shoulders. You almost found out. I bought you a set of hiking gear. I bet you'll love it. This was all audio, which I extracted from the dash cam, the timeline spanning from our wedding to recently. Next came the video. I had installed a miniature surveillance camera in the bedroom. Zhangde wasn't the first man she brought home. Videos of Lu Hui's passionate encounters with various men were shown with blurred sections. The last one was of Zhangde, with the time specifically marked. The night before they disappeared, the day I was on a business trip. After their tryst in my bed, they set off for the mountains at dawn, looking for some thrills in the wilderness. There were also many indecent chat records between her and her hiking buddies that I didn't dare show for fear of the live stream being shut down. I gripped Lu Hui's wrist tightly. She was already trembling with fear and tried to break free. Wife, tell everyone, is this true? I raised my eyebrows at Lu Hui. She screamed, grabbed her hair, and ran into the bedroom, locking the door. The live broadcast was a complete success, the audience thoroughly entertained, and anticipating an even more exciting follow-up. Watch the videos and chat records. Want to be a nice guy? Like and follow for free access. The man is so shrewd, and the woman actually thought she could fool him. She ended up being publicly humiliated. I guess the follow-up. Here's another prediction. The woman will team up with Zhangde to retaliate. Clarification isn't important. Who would say no to more money? You laughed at Ziyuan for being cheated on when he offered a reward to find his wife. Now he's earned 10,000 in gifts from this live stream, and he's laughing at you for being poor and stupid. Even more envious than the netizens was Zhangde, who also started a live broadcast. However, his version of the story was quite different. Folks, be careful what you believe. I was just paid to do a job, and I never thought I'd get involved in your family affairs. Since you're throwing dirt on my name, let's air each other's dirty laundry. Zhangde also started a live stream, sitting with his legs crossed, speaking boldly. Half a month ago, Ding Ziyuan asked me to seduce his wife, take her to the mountains, and get lost. He said he'd send someone to rescue us and pay me 50,000 yuan after it was done. Now I want to ask, where's my money? I was played. I did the job. My reputation is ruined, and I didn't get paid. Ding Ziyuan, care to explain? You said you were upset about being cheated on and wanted to ruin your wife's reputation. Do you dare admit it? This twist was beyond the audience's expectations. The popularity of his live stream soared, and netizens flocked to my stream demanding an explanation. Didn't expect this to be so exciting. Brother Ziyuan, you're quite scheming, a man of action. Lu Hui must be devastated. After all, Ding Ziyuan has all the evidence, and Lu Hui isn't exactly an honest woman. Now this show is about to become a showdown between two men. I can't wait. Brother Ziyuan, slap Zhangde in the face. Not for any other reason, but if you admit to hiring Zhangde to seduce your wife, this show won't be as fun. My comment section was flooded, my followers increasing from 56 to 150,000. Let the bullet fly a little longer. I posted, slander isn't something you can just make up. Show me the evidence. Suddenly, the masses flocked back to Zhangde, demanding evidence of my contact with him. While everyone was engrossed in this battle of truth between Zhangde and me, they seemed to have forgotten about Lu Hui. After the live broadcast that night, Lu Hui locked herself in the bedroom, and I moved out. After responding to Zhangde, I unexpectedly received a call from Lu Hui, wanting to talk. Lu Hui, fully disguised in a mask and sunglasses, snuck into my car. What's the matter? Lu Hui was very cautious and didn't answer directly. Instead, she pointed at the dash cam, hinting for me to turn it off. Are your words so shameful? I reached out and turned off the dash cam, simultaneously activating the voice recorder in my pocket. Lu Hui breathed a sigh of relief. You said we were putting on a show, that after gaining some popularity, we'd make money through live streaming and then retire from the internet. Now, you and Zhangde are tearing each other apart, and I've become the universally hated scapegoat. What should we do? My back broke out in a cold sweat. This woman's scheming was far deeper than I had imagined. I chuckled. What are you talking about, Lu Hui? You're the one who cheated. I don't know anything. Let's find some time to get a divorce. You'll leave with nothing, not a single penny. Ding Ziyuan. Lu Hui's emotions suddenly flared. You're using me as a stepping stone, getting rid of me while profiting from the popularity, making me lose all reputation. Not a chance. Then what do you want? I had a pretty good idea what Lu Hui was up to. Lu Hui took out her phone and quickly typed a line. Husband and wife working together, making money together. As expected, I had played my hand, and so had Lu Hui. The recording of me and her in the car was broadcast live in her stream. Lu Hui cried and complained that she was being used by me. In fact, everything from the beginning was hype. I was the mastermind of everything, and she was the innocent victim. Lu Hui had a kind of captivating charm. Her tearful act melted the hearts of countless male viewers. Don't be afraid. I'll take you hiking. Follow me. You won't get lost. How come there are 3 different stories from 3 people? Is it individual whitewashing or just going along with the hype? I'm confused. I feel like what Lu Hui is saying is true. Maybe the affair is real, but the 2 guys started fighting without her, so she stirred things up. Lu Hui streamed live for 3 consecutive days, crying for 3 days. On the 4th day, she started selling products. She was charming, with a sweet voice, and there were always men willing to pay for her looks. If I buy your hiking gear, will there be a young woman to accompany me on the hike? Put the power bank and compass on the link. What if I get lost? Order placed, waiting for all the ladies to go hiking together, the kind where you don't get lost. That night, sales exceeded 100,000. After Lu Hui finished streaming, I affectionately put my arm around her shoulders and gave her a massage. My dear, you've worked so hard. Your makeup is all messed up from crying. Lu Hui sat in the chair with her legs crossed, her tone disdainful. Humph. Some people are green with envy, some are green with wealth. What more could you ask for? I quickly agreed. Yes. Continue tomorrow night. Lu Hui leaned closer to me. 50-50 split on the commission? I pinched her cheek. We agreed on 20/80. You're too greedy. Lu Hui was furious. She stood up and pointed at me, scolding. Ding Ziyuan, don't push it. We're in the same boat. How long do you think our current script can last? After a few days of back and forth with no results, those netizens will get bored. You want to go solo and sell products? Dream on. I'll expose you in minutes. Lu Hui deflated and could only concede. It's not fair for you to eat meat while I drink soup. 30/70 is fine, right? I stroked her face. That's more like it. Okay, don't ask for more next time. Lu Hui's live selling practically confirmed that this was all a setup. At the same time, I was being relentlessly attacked online. Trying to get traffic, huh? Hope you get cuckolded every day. Thought you were the green one. Turns out you're the black one. Using netizens to fan the flames, trying to make money yourself, but you got outplayed, didn't you? Some people had already started siding with Lu Hui. Lu Hui is so pitiful, naively trusting you. Luckily, she can sell products now. What can you do? Just sit behind a screen and throw a tantrum. They were like a group of melon-eating critters jumping around in a field, unable to distinguish right from wrong, easily swayed by the slightest breeze. Zhang De was just as agitated as the netizens. He started a live stream, saying that Lu Hui and I were in cahoots, joining forces to make money after gaining popularity, and telling netizens not to believe Lu Hui or me. Lu Hui asked me what to do. I thought for a moment. After all, you and Zhang De had real feelings. Call him and keep him calm. Lu Hui told Zhang De that they should put on a show together. So, they connected live on stream and tore each other apart all night. The gift income was considerable. Over the next few days, Lu Hui and Zhang De were always connected live, arguing with each other. These things were all decided by Lu Hui without my consent. I even saw her go to Zhang De after the stream and not come out until the next morning. This was exactly the result I wanted to see. The real show was about to begin. As things developed, the three-sided story had left the melon-eating crowd feeling fatigued, even feeling like they had been played. After Lu Hui and Zhang De had been live-streaming their fights for a few days, their stream popularity had already plummeted. I had been planning this game for so long, and now it was time to wrap it up. I posted the photos I had taken of Lu Hui and Zhang De entering and leaving together, as well as a photo of Lu Hui's and my marriage certificate without any captions. It caused a huge stir, reigniting the enthusiasm of the melon-eating crowd. Are they really a couple? So Brothers Yuan means that Lu Hui and Zhang De are in cahoots. Is he about to drop the hammer? So exciting. So all this back and forth was a delaying tactic. I felt like it was a pair of cheaters who, after being exposed, came up with conflicting stories to protect themselves and confuse everyone. Lu Hui saw the photos I posted and frantically called and messaged me, but I ignored them all. For a whole day and night, I remained silent, letting the netizens' various discussions run wild. When the netizens' curiosity reached its peak, I started a live stream. Over 100,000 people instantly flooded into the room. I sat in the live stream, silent, sitting with my head down, fiddling with Lu Hui's and my marriage certificate. My appearance as the victim further confirmed the netizens' previous speculations. They sent barrage messages encouraging me, and virtual gifts like carnivals and sports cars kept pouring in. After half an hour, I finally spoke. All the evidence I previously released about Lu Hui's infidelity during our marriage is true. Regarding certain people's unfounded accusations and slanders, including but not limited to claims that I hired Zhang De to seduce Lu Hui for deliberate revenge, or that I colluded with Lu Hui and Zhang De to create a script for popularity and money, etc. These are all false statements, and I will pursue legal action depending on the circumstances. I was sincere and devoted to Lu Hui, but she sought excitement within our marriage, repeatedly cheating on me with strangers she met online. Even when she went missing on Fengming Mountain, I still believed in her. But the truth will always come out. Lu Hui, let's get a divorce. Please, stop using our story to gain followers and make money. I beg you, just give me back my quiet, peaceful life, okay? I looked at the camera, tears streaming down my face. What a shameless woman. Anyone with half a brain can figure out that nobody goes hiking with an online stranger at dawn. Ugh. Oh my. I heard she might have some health issues. Hope she takes care of herself in the future. It's been almost a month. Has Lu Hui shown any signs of morning sickness? I bet the next act in this drama will be those two lovebirds getting together. After all, even bad publicity is still publicity. Lu Hui must have seen these heart-wrenching comments because she rushed to my house. Ding Ziyuan, what are you doing? Didn't we agree to act out this script together to make money? Why did you suddenly betray me? Oh, I get it. You want to ditch me and go solo. Lu Hui was furious. What are you talking about, Lu Hui? I don't understand. When you have time, let's go get the divorce finalized. Otherwise, I'll have to take legal action. I left coolly, leaving Lu Hui cursing behind me. She had no way to redeem herself, unless she clung tightly to Zhang De, and they both became internet pariahs together. Lu Hui shamelessly went to Zhang De, only to find that he had already abandoned her as a pawn. You weren't saying that when you were flirting with me in the group chat. Zhang De, didn't you say you liked me? Let's just go with the flow and get together, deal with Ding Ziyuan together, and make some money while we're at it. Zhang De looked at Lu Hui with a cold smile. Stop dreaming. Do you think you have any chance of turning things around? You're just a disgusting slut everyone online is spitting on. At most, I'll get a few laughs. There's a fundamental difference between us. You think I'd team up with you? Am I crazy? Lu Hui, having lost even Zhang De, her last lifeline, slumped to the ground, watching as Zhang De ruthlessly abandoned her. The more I appear to be enduring, the more netizens empathized with me, and thus the public outrage was all directed at Lu Hui. I pleaded with everyone not to personally attack Lu Hui. After all, I once loved her. Excited netizens dug up everything about Lu Hui. Her parents' home, her workplace, and even her past scandals. She called me, crying and begging. Ding Ziyuan, I agreed to divorce you, but can you please ask them to stop cursing me? I'm really about to break down. I can't take it anymore. It's not like I'm controlling them. What does it have to do with me? Lu Hui, let's hurry up and get the divorce. Lu Hui's usual tactic was to delay, but now there was no more time to delay. Lu Hui's company fired her. She was just a receptionist anyway, a cushy job I got for her through my connections. Throughout our marriage, I had unconditionally supported her and her family financially. Without me, she lost most of her income. Besides, she had no ability to find a job, and now she was too scared to even go outside. Lu Hui finally couldn't hold out any longer and agreed to the divorce, but shamelessly demanded half of the marital assets. Lu Hui had a good plan. Back then, I gave her family 200,000 yuan as a bride price, and even put Lu Hui's name on the deed to our marital home. After marriage, I continued to give her money to support her so-called hobbies. It turned out that from beginning to end, it was all a calculation. I submitted evidence of Lu Hui's infidelity to the court. Lu Hui had to compensate me for all the bride price, and she wouldn't get a penny of my post-marital assets or the house. Lu Hui's mother, my former mother-in-law, who was always good at smoothing things over, couldn't sit still. She came to me repeatedly, speaking softly. Ziyuan, we are all family. I've already scolded Xiao Hui for her mistakes. Young people are impulsive, but you two have feelings for each other. You can't be rash. Listen to your mother. Calm down. You should still live a good life together, okay? Son-in-law, I'll move in with you. Xiao Hui has also agreed to have a child soon. It takes 1,000 years of cultivation to share a pillow. It's not easy to meet. When soft words didn't work, she started throwing tantrums and making threats. I'm old. Are you trying to drive us to our deaths? The bride price was your sincerity in marrying Xiao Hui. How can you ask for it back after a divorce? Divorce is fine, but you can't have the money back. My daughter has been married to you for so many years. Isn't she worth 200,000 yuan? Even if you went out and paid for it, it would cost this much, right? Utterly shameless, I retorted. Lu Hui found so many men during our marriage. How much money did she make from them? Why should I be the sucker? My former mother-in-law's face turned pale with anger. How can you say my daughter is doing that kind of thing? You said it yourself, and she did indeed do such things. Lu Hui was forced by the court to return the entire bride price. I announced the news of our divorce online and received congratulations from many netizens who didn't forget to curse Lu Hui and Zhang De, that scumbag couple. Brother Ziyuan, you're really something. They got what they deserved. Let go of the wrong person and embrace a new life. Go, Brother Ziyuan. Lu Hui and Zhang De, who knows which sewer they're hiding in now. After the divorce, Lu Hui could only rely on her online popularity to make a living. At first, she filmed herself hiking in tight, sexy yoga clothes, try to promote products. Unfortunately, netizens didn't buy it. Instead, they cursed her, and her sales were pathetically low. She also had to compensate her partners and the influencer agency a large sum of money. After disappearing for a while, she suddenly made a comeback and officially announced that she was together with Zhang De, which was truly shocking. A bitch and a dog, a match made in heaven? You two are really something. Why did you pretend to be wronged in the first place? We were just hiking buddies. Don't overthink it. Lu Hui must have said that, right? Don't tell me you two comforted each other after being cyberbullied and develop feelings? Feel free to curse, but don't actually buy their stuff. Their official announcement video was taken down by the platform within 12 hours, and both of their accounts were permanently banned. Liu Hui and Zhang truly became notorious internet outcasts. My social media account hasn't been updated for a long time. But whenever there's news about cheating and affairs online, netizens always mention me, calling me the master of open schemes.